Now let's talk about dividend valuation model. Dividend valuation model, as the name suggests, is actually a model for the valuation of a business. And how do we value the business using this dividend valuation model? We value the business on the basis of dividends that are prevalent in a business. Now let's try to discuss few things before we go on discussing this dividend valuation model. First thing is, you could understand that value of equity or value of a business is at times determined as present value of future cash flow. The value of a business is at times determined as present value of future cash flow. So for example, if I talk about the future cash flows, so you do know that when you have to discount the future cash flows, there could be different types of cash flows. There could be constant cash flows. There could be the cash flows which are variable, and there could be the cash flows which are up till infinity. So I'm presently going to discuss about these cash flows which are the cash flows up till infinity. They're also termed as perpetual cash flows. They're also termed as perpetual cash flows. And in order to discount these cash flows, we use the discount factor which is termed as perpetuity factor, and the formula for that is 1 upon R. So whenever you do have the perpetual cash flows, which is the cash flows which are going to arise up till infinity, so what you do is that you use the perpetuity factor to discount them. And what is the formula for the perpetuity factor? The formula for the perpetuity factor is 1 upon R. The formula for the perpetuity factor is 1 upon R. Now let's discuss. So I told you that when you talk about the value of equity or a business, you talk about the value of a business as being the present value of future cash flows. And when we talk about the future cash flows could be constant, could be variable, could be infinite. When the cash flows are infinite, that means they are perpetual. And the perpetual cash flows are discounted as using the perpetuity factor. Now let's try to discuss this. Let's try to understand this. If I talk about the perpetual cash flows, if I talk about the cash flows arising up till infinity, so what happens is, for example, if I've got $1,000 which is arising up till infinity, so how am I going to discount them? I am being provided the discount rate as, let's say, 10%. So how am I going to calculate the value of these cash flows? I'm going to say cash flows multiplied by 1 upon R. So resultingly, it's going to be 1000 multiplied by 1 upon 10%. So resultingly, the value of the business is going to be 10,000. I'm trying to explain to you people how this dividend valuation model operates. And in order to understand this thing, let's try to understand this thing that, for example, if you have got a business which is expected to generate a cash flow of 1000 up till infinity, and you've got a discount rate of 10%. So what is going to be the value of that business? So the value of that business is going to be $10,000. How? It's simply the cash flows are discounted, the present value of the cash flows is established, and you end up getting this 10,000. Okay, let's move forward. Now, for example, if we are now being told that these cash flows are expected to grow by, let's say, 3%. So what would happen now is that you will not discount using the perpetuity factor, but rather you would discount using the growth perpetuity factor. What is the formula for the growth perpetuity factor? It's 1 upon R minus G. How would you discount? You would discount using growth perpetuity factor. And what is the formula for the growth perpetuity factor? The formula for the growth perpetuity factor is 1 upon R minus G. Like for example, in this specific case, it's gonna be 1 upon 10% less 3%. So it's ultimately going to be 1 upon 7%. A lot of you people would be thinking that why is it 1 upon 7%? So let's try to understand. Firstly, you have to discount the cash flows by 10%. These cash flows are growing by 3%. So the net result is that the cash flows need to be discounted by 7%. I'm repeating it again. What is the concept of growth perpetuity? The growth perpetuity concept is the cash flows are decreasing, are to be discounted by 10%, but at the same time they're growing by 3%. So resultingly the net result has to be 7%. Now, is it fine to everyone? Now, so for example, if the cash flows for this specific business are growing by, let's say this 3%. So when we talk about the computation of the value of the business is going to turn out to be like this: $1,000, which is the current cash flow. You're going to multiply it by 1.03. Why? Because you have to grow the cash flow so that you can get the future cash flow. And you have to multiply it by 1 upon 10% minus 3%. So resultingly, if you calculate all this, so what is actually going to be arising? You'll have 1000 into 1.03. What are you going to get? 1000 into 1.03 divided by 7%. So you will end up getting 14,714. What are you going to end up getting? 14,714. 14,714 is going to be considered as what? This is going to be considered as the value of the business. And if you could just decode what we have done, I'm repeating it again. If you could just decode what we have done, it's simply cash flows multiplied by 1 plus G and multiply by 1 upon R minus G. It's cash flows into 1 plus G multiply by 1 upon R minus G. Or other way around, you can write it down like this also: cash flow 1 plus G divided by R minus G. And if you could compare this specific thing with the formula for the dividend valuation model, you would see dividend D naught, which is the current dividend, into 1 plus G divided by R minus G. So what exactly is the concept of this dividend valuation model? The concept of the dividend valuation model is that value of a business is the present value of future dividends. And the assumption here is that the dividends will grow at a constant rate of G% up till infinity. The assumption is that the dividends will continue to grow at a constant rate of G% up till infinity. So this is what the dividend valuation model is, that the value of a business is the present value of future dividends. And the assumption is that the dividends will continue to grow up till infinity at a constant rate of G%. The dividends will continue to grow up till infinity at a constant rate of G%. Now, there is one more thing with respect to the dividend valuation model that is we need to understand, which is the current X dividend share price. Let's try to understand what do we mean by this current X dividend share price. So remember, the share price are of two types. Repeating, remember that the share price are of two types. And what are those two types of share prices? One of them is termed as X dividend and the other one of them is termed as cum dividend. Now what exactly do you mean by X dividend? What exactly do you mean by cum dividend? So X dividend means excluding dividend. And the cum dividend means cumulative of dividend. So when I talk about the X dividend means excluding dividend. The cum dividend means cumulative of dividend. Now, what do we mean by this excluding dividend? What do we mean by the cumulative of dividend? So I'm going to explain to you this through a concept. Remember, whenever a company announces dividend, so at the time of announcing the dividend, the company also announces the book closure date. What is this book closure date? This book closure date means that the shareholder register, the book closure date means that the shareholder register will close on this specific date. That means there's going to be no in and out of the shareholders in the company's books during after this specific date. So for example, if a company announces a dividend on, let's say, 31st May, and the company announces book closure date on, let's say, 10th June. So this is the dividend announcement date. This is the book closure date. And then let's say the 20th June is the book reopening date. So for example, if the company's share price was, let's say, $20 and the dividend that the company has announced is, let's say, $3. So the share price is going to become $23 and this is termed as cum dividend share price. If the company announces the dividend of $3, so the share price would become $23 and this is going to be termed as cum dividend share price. What is it going to be termed as? Cum dividend share price, which is the cumulative of dividend. Now what happens next is that the company is going to announce the book closure date. Now what do we mean by this? That anyone purchasing the shares between 31st May and the 10th June will be registered as a shareholders on the company's books. Will be registered as a shareholder on the company's book. And what would happen is that the dividend would be paid to those people who are registered as shareholder on the company's book on 10th June. If somebody purchases the share on 11th June, he will not get the dividend. If he is not going to get the dividend, he is not going to buy the share at 23. He is going to buy the share at 20, which is the X dividend price, which is going to be the X dividend price. He's not going to buy the share at, he's not going to buy the share at 23. He's going to buy the share at 20. Why? Because that's actually going to be termed as the excluding dividend price. That's going to be termed as excluding dividend price. So anyone who buys the share between 10 June and 20th June is a shareholder, but he will not get the dividend. So he'll be buying on the X dividend value. What is he going to be doing? He's going to be buying on the X dividend value. Is it okay to you people? So this is what is considered to be the concept of X dividend, which is the excluding dividend value. And you have also understood the concept of cum dividend. So whenever we talk about the dividend valuation model, always remember that with respect to the dividend valuation model, it's the X dividend share price that we calculate. We don't calculate the cum dividend price, it's the X dividend price that is calculated.